Hey folks, welcome back to the Western Southerner YouTube channel. Today I'm going to go through a list of 15 potential Father's Day gifts for your boater, fisherman, outdoor, handyman kind of dad, so stay tuned. Okay, first things first, this is called a strop bat. It's made by a company called JRE Industries, and what you do with this is you strop your knife, you sharpen your knife, and it makes your knife like really sharp. And if you buy this, you want to get the replacement compound to go with it. The strop and the compound is about 50 bucks. Okay, number two, if you got someone who is a canoeer and likes to go fishing, they definitely are going to want one of these. This is a Down East D10 rod holder. It attaches to the side of the gunnel of the canoe, and you can put your rod in there. So these things are great. They're adjustable. They're about $30 to $40 depending on where you get it. Okay, number three, this is a Sheffield Dry Box. It's just a plastic box with a rubber seal on it. It's made in America, and it's got a pretty good sturdy handle on it, and it's just a storage box. I think these are like $10, $15 on Amazon. You can get them in different colors, and I really like these. They're good solid boxes. Okay, number four. So Simple Fly Fishing is a great book for someone who is maybe learning how to fly fish. They're a little bit interested in fly fishing, but they're not a total gearhead with it. This is a book written by Yvon Chouinard, who started the Patagonia Gear Company. It says Craig Matthews and Mauro Mazzo. And it's just a great book with some good strategies and tactics and philosophies for fly fishing that are simple and straightforward. Probably 20 or 30 bucks, although I don't know exactly how much this is. All right, number five. I don't have one of these, so I'll just put a picture up on the screen. But a kilowatt meter is a little thing that plugs into a plug in your house, and then you plug the plug for whatever device in to the kilowatt meter, and it tells you how much that device costs to operate. It's a nifty little device. They're about $30 on Amazon, and I don't have one, but I've always wanted one. I think they're pretty cool. Okay, number six, a Benzomatic mini blowtorch. These things are great. I use them for all kinds of stuff. Melting heat shrink tubing. They come with a solder point. You can do a little bit of kind of rough soldering with it. There's just all kinds of uses for this if someone in your life is the kind of person who would use this kind of thing. So you'll probably know if this applies, but a Benzomatic butane torch is a great thing to get. If you get one of these, you want to get them some butane gas to go with it also. You can pick these up at Ace Hardware, maybe 30, 40 bucks with the fuel all total out the door. Okay, number seven here. This is a Titan Blue Water Sling. So I use this for rafting, whitewater stuff, kayaker, canoers might use it. And it's a piece of webbing with a loop sewn into it. And it's rated to be withstand pretty heavy duty force. And it's got loops on either end. And it's just a really versatile piece of gear. I think it's actually made for climbers. Technically, again, if you've got a rafter, a kayaker, or a boater, or a climber for that matter, they'll know what to do with something like this. If you get them a sling, you know, you can never have too many Black Diamond carabiners. The 3-pack of carabiners is 30 bucks on Amazon. And I think this, I got this years ago, maybe it's 20 bucks, something like that. Okay, number eight, I don't have one of these with me, but I actually got my dad one of these years ago. It's called a Camco trailer aid, and it's a little ramp that you can drive a double axle trailer onto, so that you can change the trailer tire without having to jack the trailer up. My dad actually used it on a double axle trailer not too long after I bought it for him, and he said it worked great. So I think they're 60 bucks on Amazon, give or take. Camco trailer aid. Okay, number eight. I'd be remiss if I didn't put a good pocket knife on this list. Here's two of my favorites. These are pricey. They're $150, $200 knives, but they'll last forever. The Spyderco pair of 3, and it's kind of a classic. Super sharp. This is a Benchmade. This one's called a bailout. This one's super sharp too. Both of these are just really nice knives, so they don't rust or anything. And you know, if you've got someone in your life who already has a knife, but they're a knife person, they're not going to mind having another knife, trust me. One thing to know about these Spyderco knives is that if someone in your life goes into the salt water, you want to get them the salt version, and oftentimes they have a bright yellow high-vis handle. I don't have one. I'd love to have one, but they're highly, highly corrosion resistant. And essentially, they make the same knife like this in a salt version, which is really cool. Last piece I'll say, this Benchmade bailout knife. They make another one called a bug out. Actually bought my dad that 2 years ago, and he really likes it a lot. It's a little different blade style, but the Benchmade bug out's a really cool knife also. Okay, number 9, infrared thermometer. This thing has got a little trigger on it, and you just point it at something. A little laser shoots out, and whenever you put the laser on, the temperature shows up on the screen here. So this one's from Amazon. It's called a Yeti City. So it's a kind of a cheap one. I've had this one for probably 6 or 8 years now. Works fine. You don't want to get the super, super cheapest one. You want to, I think this one was 30 bucks. You want to spend probably $30 on it. Bonus points if you get one that has a little camera. So it doesn't just give you the temperature, it gives you like a camera and gives you like a thermal heat readout. Those are more expensive, obviously. Okay, number 10. This is an Anker 20,000 milliamp hour external battery. It's got a couple different ports you can plug into, and a lot of the batteries are 10,000 milliamp hours. This one's 20,000, and these are pretty high quality. They last a long time. You get a lot of power out of them. And to go with it, I started using these Anker charging cords, and this cord has adapters to where it fits 3 different kind of outlets, okay? Little USB, then you got your iPhone, bigger USB-C, I think is what it's called. So I gotta say, usually I stay away from stuff like this. I feel like it's a gimmick, but these are pretty durable. I've used them quite a bit in the backcountry, and they're still in good shape. I've got 3 or 4 of these. These are like $15 online. I think this is 20 or 30 bucks. Okay, number 12. I don't have one of these, but I'll put a picture up. I saw this in the hardware store last weekend. This company called Decked makes these kind of toolboxes. I think one's called a sixer, the other's called like a half rack, and they're pretty expensive, but man, they felt really good when I picked them up and opened it up and kind of toyed around with it. So looks like 90 bucks for the smaller one, like 150 or something for the bigger one. So this is more of a big ticket item, but it felt really solid. And I mean, I found myself thinking, man, I really want one of these. So check out these Deck toolboxes. Okay, number 13. I don't have one of these either, but the Yeti Cooler company, they make this like pour over thing for your coffee. So you can put a coffee filter in it and then like do pour over coffee. And, you know, I've got a coffee maker, I got French presses. Like I need one of these things, but it just seems pretty sweet. They're like 30 bucks on Amazon. You know, of course it's overpriced Yeti stuff, but it'll probably last 100 years. All right, number 14, you know, a pair of binoculars, man. These are Vortex ones. I like the Vortex stuff. Some people say that there's all kinds of better things out there, and there probably is, but these guys have taken care of me regarding some warranty claims, and I like their stuff. They make a pair of binoculars that look like this, but they're cheaper. They're called a Crossfire, and they're 10 by 42. You want to get the 10 by 42s. I think they're 150 bucks, and that's a pretty good deal for a pair of kind of decent, high quality, entry-level binoculars. And they have, like I said, they have a really good warranty. So, you know, as long as you don't lose them, if you break them or trash them, you send them in, they'll send you a brand new pair. All right, last but not least, number 15. This is a pair of traction boards from a company called XBull. And these have been heavily used, as you can see. They work. They've got me out of quite a few pickles because I do dump stuff in my truck sometimes. There's a company called Maxtrax that makes them, and they're like $250, which is just totally crazy, I think. But I think these are like $91 on Amazon. So XBull traction boards. If you got a dad in your life that goes and gets stuck in the mud, in the woods, in the snow, then some of these will probably be pretty handy for him. All right, folks, I hope this is helpful. Hit like and subscribe, share this video with someone, and stay tuned for next week. Take care.